your life. इथं शेअर कशी करायची लिंक? हॅलो 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 मला दिसतंय इथं ग्रीन. हॅलो 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 हॅलो. हे सगळं आता तिथे हॅलो 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 कॅन यू हिअर मी? हॅलो कॅन यू हिअर मी? हॅलो 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 कॅन यू हिअर मी? हॅलो 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 हॅलो. Sorry guys. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Neha. So I think so. I should start with the session. Um, I can see Neha and Vritik are online, have joined the session. Yeah. So I'm so sorry for this problem caused previously because my mic was not working somehow. I don't know how, but yeah, I'm finally online once again with this new link. I've also shared this link on WhatsApp and Instagram. Please share it with your friends so that everyone can join the session. So, yes, hello everyone. Thank you for joining once again. And yeah, today it's my first live session, first YouTube live, where I will be talking with you some fundamentals of fat loss. Um, as you can see on my face, I'm a little nervous already, but yeah, there is always a first time for everything. So let's get going. I would also like to share something. I've prepared a small presentation. Also, I will be doing this session in English because there are also many people who don't understand Marathi or Hindi. So I thought it's better that I could do it in English. Good. Okay, I can already see six people online. Please give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me clearly so that I can move ahead. Okay, so today's live session, it will be of half an hour. I will be going through some fat loss fundamentals, some fat loss basics, and also what are the myths behind this fat loss which people have, and what really works, what really actually fat loss is. So I will be going through all those details, and I also have a one announcement in the end where I will be, yeah, giving a big news to you. So yeah, so stay tuned until the end. Good. So, yeah, so what is actually fat loss? People are basically confused sometimes regarding fat loss and weight loss. So, weight loss is actually where you lose all the weight, like your muscle mass, your fat, and also the water weight which you have in the body. So that is basically weight loss, and fat loss is where you lose your fat but you retain your muscle. So that is the basic difference between weight loss and fat loss. Maybe you might have heard this phrase body composition. Body composition is basically where you reduce your fat and you increase your muscle mass. So that is basically the body recomposition or composition. And it is not always like it is not always visible on the scale. So if you are seeing any kind of weight loss on your scale, or sometimes in some weeks or months you don't see any uh, weight decrease on the weighing scale, don't just get confused, because that is where your body is losing fat, but also at the same time your body is also increasing its muscle mass. So yeah. Uh, yeah, so going to the next slide, what are the top three myths about the fat loss? So these are the most common myths where you can where people just think that uh, these are the facts, and this is how fat loss works, or this is what happens in fat loss, but that's just a myth. So the first thing is carbs make you fat. This is the most common myth I've heard until now, and I hear every day in my daily life when people come to me and tell that I've given up on chapati or I've given up on rice. So that is the biggest myth. It is not true. You have to just keep eating carbohydrates for energy. It's just that how much you eat. People are commenting full PPT. Okay, good. So, as I was saying, carbs make you fat. That's the biggest myth. You don't need to give up on carbohydrates like chapati or rice. You just need to eat them mindfully. So, if you're having your lunch, or maybe if you're having your dinner, just take some chapati in some quantity and also have other ingredients on your plate. For example, you need to have salads, also you need to have some protein. So that is how the whole meal is, and it's not just carbohydrate meal. So what in our Indian diet is that we eat more chapati or rice, and that's why people become more fat, because they are only eating carbohydrates and no fat or no salads or something like that. So you just don't need to eat carbohydrates, but at the same time you have to eat also protein, fibers, and also some yogurt or something on the side of the plate. So that is the myth number one. The second myth is you need to do hours of cardio for fat loss. So basically, people think that if they do more cardio, like for 30 minutes or 1 hour, then they will experience a huge amount of fat loss. That's totally false. Uh, Cardio is just needed for your cardiovascular health. So if you want to do any kind of fat loss, you don't need to do cardio, but to do strength training. Strength training is your biggest armor in fat loss, where you will lose your fat for sure if you strength train more and just do cardio for some more fat loss to burn more calories. So basically you need to do more strength training, and in the end, as I always say in my videos, you have to just like do cardio for 10-15 minutes, maybe on incline, and where you can just walk on that incline treadmill machine. So that is the biggest myth buster over here. The third myth is that you will need to only eat salads for fat loss. So when I hear this fact, and when I hear this sentence from people, I am just like, yeah, if you eat salads, then you will have no energy to do your daily tasks, and you will just feel energyless. So it is the biggest myth about fat loss, that when you only eat salads, you will reduce your fat. It's not true. You have to have a whole meal. You have to have carbohydrates, proteins, fats, fibers, everything on your plate, and that is the best thing you can eat, and not just salads. Cool. um, so how is fat loss attained? So how can you reach to a point where you can say that you are experiencing the fat loss? So the basic funda, where people say that I'm losing the fat, and yeah, fat loss is basically staying in calorie deficit. So how does fat loss happen? If you eat lesser calories, then how much is required for your body to maintain, fat loss happens. So maintenance calories is also known as total daily energy expenditure. That is basically the number of calories your body requires to maintain the weight. So, for example, my age is 28 years. I am 186. I am 183 centimeter height, and my weight is, let's say, 87 kgs. So my maintenance calories are around 3,200 calories. So I need to eat 3,200 calories to maintain my 87 kg weight. Now, how does the calorie deficit work? So basically, you need to eat 500 to 600 calories lesser than your maintenance calories. So what happens is that when you eat lesser calories than your maintenance calories, your body takes the energy from the stored fat in your body. And this is how the fat loss happens. This is how the fat loss works. So the basic idea about calorie deficit is you don't need to starve, but you need to eat smart. So it's not just reducing 1,000 calories or 2,000 calories. For example, if you eat only salads, you will have basically or theoretically lesser calories. You will eat lesser calories. So you will theoretically starve. So you don't need to do that. You need to have whole meal, but stay in a calorie deficit, which should be around like 300 calories or 400 calories lesser than the maintenance calories. So this is how the calorie deficit works, and this is the most efficient way, or it is the only way where you can reduce your fat. Good. So what actually works in fat loss? As I said previously in my previous slide, calorie deficit, which is very sustainable way of losing your fat. Second one is protein rich diet and strength training. So as I said previously, when you go into calorie deficit, you have to eat more protein and do more strength training. So what happens is that if you eat more protein, your muscle is retained basically. And when you're doing strength training, and when there are small tears in your muscle during the strength training, this protein is used to build that muscle, and in this way you can increase your muscle, and at the same time the fat in your body reduces. So this is the basic funda, how the whole how the whole equation works. The third thing is and third and very important thing which I feel is that sleep, hydration, or stress management. So sleep is the most important thing in fat loss. I see people where they do strength training like 6 7 times a week. They go to the gym, they lift heavy weights, they also have high protein diet, they also drink good amount of water, but they don't sleep in the night. Like their sleeping habits are really bad. They sleep like around 1 or 2 2 a.m. in the morning, and then they just have like 4 hours of sleep, and then again maybe 7 8 a.m. wake up and go to the office and stuff. So sleep is very very important in fat loss, especially when you want to see efficient fat loss in your body. So you need to at least sleep 7 to 8 hours daily. That is the must. Hydration hydration and stress management is at the same time also very important, because if you keep your body hydrated properly, it helps in more fat loss. The toxins in your body are basically carried away with the water. So hydration is also very important, and also stress management. So in our day to day life today, people are stressed so much because of their work life and everything, but you need to manage your stress. That is the must, guys. Like in today's world, you need to learn how to manage stress. You can do yoga, you can do meditation, but stress management is very important. So the fourth point which I feel which is very important is that track your habits and not just the scale. So w- people have the tendency to look on the scale when they jump on the scale and see that their weight has not dropped. They just wonder, I'm doing everything, why my weight loss is not, or why my fat loss is not happening. So you need to think that what are really your habits, like what are your snacking habits, or what are your eating habits. What do you do on your weekends? Do you really snack too much, or do you really eat shit when you are like just stressed, or during your evening snacks or something like that? So just track your habits and then think if the scale is really moving here and there. Good. So what are the key takeaways from these things which I said right now? As I said, progress isn't always visible. So there will be days where you will not see any difference on your scale. There will be weeks where you don't see any difference, but that doesn't mean that you're not on track. It means that your body is already working properly, and it is already increasing its muscles and also reducing its fat. Because the thing is that when you start losing your fat but also same time increase your muscle, the weight sometime will not go down at that extent where you are expecting it to go. So progress isn't always visible. That is the, like, you need to keep this in mind. Don't chase perfection, aim for consistency. So you don't need to always do all the things perfectly. There might be some days where you will not stay on track. You will maybe snack on some things. On weekends you will just party with your friends, have some booze, blah blah blah, but that's totally fine. Even I do that, and that is like totally okay. That should be, but just one important thing, that should be 1 to 2% of your daily eating habits or daily life. So you need to aim for consistency. So if you do this diet thing, or if you do this strength training, gymming thing consistently, like 10,000 steps every day, so this is where people see, or you see consistency, and this is where you will see the results after some time. So keep this in mind, guys. Consistency is very important. Small wins daily is always better than big wins occasionally. So if you win your day, if you win small things in your day, for example, when you are feeling like eating, I don't know, wafers or maybe vada pav or maybe also some other shit, and at that time you choose on eating something healthy, that is the biggest win in your life, guys. You need to tap on your back and just be grateful that you have thought of this decision. So these are the small wins which will take you progressively to the big goal. And patience is the most important thing in this whole journey. Just think, guys, how much time did it take for your belly fat or for your fat, for from where you were lean to what you have become right now, the fat person, or maybe your fat is to that level where you don't feel good. So just think that first, and then think how much time it will take to get to that lean phase once again. It will not happen in 1 month, or it will not happen in 2 months. It will take time, at least 6 months to 8 months, or also I'll say a year, because these things do not come overnight. You need to have patience, you need to be consistent of what you are doing, and just keep on doing these things and you will see the results one day for sure. So, yes, these were the key takeaways from today's session. Um, I will now like to ask, like, I will now hear a few questions from your side. I also had a few questions from the Instagram already. I have noted it down on my notes, but I will also see what questions you have for me, and then let's just answer them accordingly. So before you guys type something, I have a question where one person asked me that does intermittent fasting work during fat loss, or what is intermittent fasting? So intermittent fasting is basically uh, you starve your body or you don't eat until your lunchtime. So basically, you have to keep like 12 hours to 16 hours from the time you eat your dinner until the time you have your lunch. So that is basically the idea behind intermittent fasting. And when you intermittent fast, basically the body takes the energy from your fat. So here fat is burned in this process and you experience fat loss in the longer run. So this is the basic idea behind intermittent fasting. Some people eat only one time in a day, or some people eat only like two times in a day. So there is a gap of like, I will say, 8 hours in between every meal. So 8 hours, then 8 hours of stop, then again 8 hours. Like if you eat something, you take 8 hours of like this phase in between, and then again you eat, and again 8 hours. So that there are different methods of intermittent fasting. Good. So the second question which I received from Instagram was that what is the like what are the exercises a beginner can do in the gym, or how can a beginner start in the gym? So, for a beginner to start in the gym, there are no special exercises, to be honest. You need to start slow. You need to stay consistent. And I can see people that they come into the gym. I don't know. There are trainers which show them exercises which they should not do uh, on their initial days, and still they do, and then they give up on the gym. So that should not be the case. You should start slow. Maybe you should start with some basic body weight exercises. uh, just let your body understand how this strength training or gymming works, and then you can just dive into the more advanced sets. But for a beginner, I will say start slow, start with your body weight exercises, give your body some time, maybe like 1 month, 2 months, or something like that. See how you feel, and then jump into the other advanced exercises. Good. Yeah. So Also, I would like to see some questions from your side. I am seeing there are no questions in the chat, but yeah, I can see also other people joining this live stream. Yeah, there was also in the meantime also I will have one more question. There was one question from a friend of mine, um, who is asking me if I'm also giving some nutrition ideas or some nutrition as a client or something like that. So yes, that's my announcement in the further slides. I wanted to have this announcement, but he already asked this question. Um, yeah, so this is the announcement which I wanted to make, is that I have started with nutrition. Like I have started taking clients for nutrition where I help them get leaner or also maybe increase their muscles. Um, I have also done a nutrition course, so you don't need to worry if I am bluffing you or if I'm giving you some wrong information. That's not the case. If you want to book your seats, just give me a call, just write me on WhatsApp, Instagram, anywhere. I'm available and we can talk about it in more details. So basically, I will help you here to reduce your fat, which is the most common problem I see nowadays. But I am also on the other side helping people with increasing their muscle mass, because some people they are worried that why they cannot see any muscle mass on their bodies. So yeah, I am also helping them with diets for that, and in a very professional way. So make sure you book a call with me, at least to understand what I'm offering, and then we can decide further. Cool. Yeah, so that was all from my side for today. I thank you all really for taking time and joining this live session. It really means a lot. It was the first live session. I had a few problems at the start of this session, but it's okay. Yeah, we cannot help here because of technology. It sometimes doesn't work. So yeah, I thank you so much once again. I will be back with the same kind of live session once again. I am planning now, maybe every month I will at least do one live session. So please drop your ideas in the comments, or maybe also write me your ideas in the on the Instagram. What more I can what I can do better in my next live session, and what topic I can take in my next live session. So your ideas and your thoughts are most welcome. I thank you. I thank you guys once again, and have a nice evening. Bye bye.